For more than a decade, electric vehicles have been synonymous with one name. But now, Tesla might be running out of juice. Experts say a big reason the U.S. car manufacturers' fortunes are fading is this man. Elon Musk, the world's richest man and founder of Tesla, has become a lightning rod for controversy after he moved into politics and a role many say is gutting the U.S. federal government.
Elon Musk is in deep trouble.
Dozens of reports of vandalism involving Teslas across the country.
Sell your Tesla!
Sales of new Tesla EVs are down in most major markets, with Europe reporting a 47% drop in January compared to the same period 1 year earlier. The early 2025 decline came as sales of other EVs continued to rise.
It's not like people don't want to buy EVs, it's that seemingly they don't want to buy Teslas. Elon Musk's shift to the political right. Musk is obviously a de facto member of US President Donald Trump's cabinet. His endorsement of extreme right parties in Europe, in the eyes of many Europeans, the image of Tesla has suffered.
Is this the end of the road for the US car maker? And can Chinese EV manufacturers pull ahead?
Another result of Chinese development is making the Chinese product and the companies, OEMs like ourselves, become global companies. As you can see, Chinese brands are now flourishing around the world, in UK, in Europe, in Middle East, and also in ASEAN. You start to see a lot of Chinese brands become popular formats of mobility brands in local markets.
China's BYD surpassed Tesla in the fourth quarter of 2023 as the world's largest maker of pure battery-powered EVs. Chinese EV exports to the EU grew by over tenfold in value terms from 2020 to 2023. And now Chinese brands have the third largest market share in sales terms in Europe, following European and American brands.
So one of the things that is impacting Tesla in Europe in terms of headwinds is increasing competition. So the price of EVs now has dropped significantly, especially if you think about the Chinese players such as BYD, Build Your Dream. And one of the things about BYD that has made a significant change in the marketplace is the range of its batteries. So you can now travel further on a single charge versus what Tesla offers. You also pay quite a lot less for the cars. And more Chinese companies are planning to enter the European market and grow their share.
Because right now the economy in Europe is not that strong, so people also looking for better value money. The Chinese EV is getting the recognition. Before, I think, as we know that people are not familiar with the Chinese brands, and they're not so sure about the safety. So therefore, I think that the BYD, the Auto 3, is a major breakthrough because it shows that it has the safety and also has nice features and also good value for the money. So they're willing to try it. Once they try it, then they say, oh, actually it's quite good. Because before they did not know.
What makes Chinese EVs so cheap? China's domestic market is fiercely competitive. While the American EV market is dominated by traditional car makers, China's market is contested by a host of newcomers, all racing to conquer pieces of the domestic sales pie. China also has built an ecosystem of suppliers for critical EV parts, from batteries and LiDAR sensors to display screens. This has allowed car makers to offer deep discounts to domestic buyers. Chinese car makers cut prices on pure EVs by an average of 10% in late 2024. The average sticker price of a battery-powered EV fell to about 225,000 yuan, according to a China Passenger Car Association report.
The name of the game is to stay in the market. So with the big sales volume, they can still be viewed as a strong player by customers in the market, even at the expense of their profits. But this year it's going to be different because after they burn billions of dollars in developing and marketing their cars, they will have to either cut losses or turn profitable to survive the cutthroat market.
Chinese manufacturers sold most of the world's EVs in 2025. But the outcome of the brutal domestic price war means that even with record sales, few Chinese EV makers turned a profit. To escape from the domestic price war, they set their sights on the rest of the world. In 2023, BYD's exports grew 334% as the company delivered more than 240,000 vehicles to 70 countries. EV maker XPeng plans to expand to 60 international markets in 2025. Those are just two of the dozens of Chinese companies currently eyeing their own international expansions.
They're still trying to expand overseas because in the overseas markets, they enjoy higher profit margin. Going abroad, going global is one of the options for them to survive the market. With overseas sales, they may be able to report profits, or they will have production base outside mainland China so that to diversify their revenue sources. First, they still have room to cut prices outside the mainland market. Second, in the overseas markets, they try to impress the local customers that their products are value for money.
But for EU regulators, those bargains are seen as too good to be true. They've launched an investigation into Chinese-made electric vehicles, accusing Beijing of using state funds to prop up companies that sell their cars at a loss.
But global markets are now flooded with cheaper Chinese electric cars. And their price is kept artificially low by huge state subsidies. This is distorting our market. And as we do not accept this distortion from the inside in our market, we do not accept this from the outside.
Europe's anti-subsidy investigation led to a series of tariffs on Chinese EVs. In October 2024, the EU voted to impose tariffs on pure electric cars made on the mainland. But despite the tariffs, Chinese EVs like this have continued to dominate roadways. In March 2025, BYD unveiled a new charging and battery system that the company said could power up an EV as quickly as filling the tank on a petrol engine car. Shipments of Chinese EVs exported to the EU rose 8.3% year-on-year, according to Chinese customs figures.
The rates on market leaders like BYD is only 17% additional tariff on top of 10% tariff. For BYD, it has an overwhelming production advantage. The cost for making its cars is like 25% lower than its overseas rivals like Tesla. So it can digest the additional tariffs and still make its cars attractive to European customers.
Other Chinese brands are looking for additional ways to avoid the tariffs.
BYD is actually having another strategy. They are building a factory in Hungary, and Hungary is part of the EU. That will bypass the tariffs because Hungary is part of the EU. They don't need to pay tariffs if they actually produce in Hungary. So I think that is a good move.
Meanwhile, as Tesla struggles in the US and Europe, the car company has pinned its hopes on reviving sales with its new Model Y SUV in China. The revamped model received more than 200,000 orders in the world's largest EV market, according to Chinese tech site 36KR. Yet by February 2025, Tesla's sales on the mainland had fallen to 30,688, the lowest since July 2022. With Elon Musk's increasingly controversial image and ties to a U.S. president who seems intent on waging trade wars, it remains to be seen if Tesla has what it takes to go the distance in China and the rest of the world.